Good morning. My name's Steve Flynn here with Mountain TV, and I have Madeline Robinson and Nina Shaw of Wheelchairs for Kids with me. And I'm really excited to join them, have them join us today. They had a great event here in Breckenridge. How are we doing today?
Wonderful. Thank you so
Hi.
much for asking.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. So, Madeline Robinson is the executive director for Wheelchairs for Kids, and Nina Shaw, she is the programs manager. And they were both out here in Breckenridge with 20 kids from Florida getting to do some adaptive skiing. So, first thing first, I want to know a little bit more about Wheelchairs for Kids. What is it about? What's your mission?
Wheelchairs for Kids is all about helping children with physical disabilities. We actually have two programs. The first being providing equipment, wheelchairs, home modifications, vehicle modifications, and other equipment at no charge to the families. And then our second program is Wheelie Fun Days, and that's what the trip to Breckenridge was all about. It's all about showing these kids that they can do things that they never dreamed possible. We take them snow skiing out in Colorado where they get to see snow, but we also take them water skiing using adaptive equipment, indoor skydiving. We do all kinds of things with them just to show them that there's so much more out there that they can actually accomplish.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't know you did more than just the skiing. So, that's great. I grew up water skiing. So, that's a lot of fun to hear. And this is your fourth year in a row. And you flew, I think, about 20 children from Florida to ski here in the Breckenridge. Can you tell me what originally inspired the trip to Breckenridge?
Want me to go?
Yeah, it's all you.
Okay. Um, well, 4 years ago, Southwest Airlines had a contest and they asked nonprofits to write an essay on what they would do if they received 50 round trip tickets. And I said I would take kids from Florida to Breckenridge, Colorado to try adaptive snow skiing because most of these kids have never flown. They've never, you know, seen snow. And for them to try adaptive snow skiing would just be an amazing thing to happen. And then we won. And it was like, oh no, now we have to do this. And that's basically how it all started.
Well, that's awesome. You must have wrote some good words to Southwest.
I got lucky.
I think it was a little more than luck. And so I understand both of you were in Breckenridge with the children. What was that like? To see them experience adaptive skiing for maybe the first time for some of them.
I think it was just amazing. It's not only getting to see them ski for the first time, it's a process. Some of them have never flown on an airplane before, some of them have never seen snow. So it goes building up. And by the time they come down the mountain that first time, it's exhilarating, the excitement, the huge smile on their face. The volunteers challenge them to be as independent as they can and assist in the skiing. So they have learned that they can do this whole new activity that they never even imagined they could. And that is so life building for these kiddos.
Well, that's awesome. That's great to hear. I didn't even think about the first time seeing snow or the first time being on an airplane.
Yeah.
Um, that had been really powerful for the children, but maybe their parents as well.
Yes.
Yeah. How
We
do you
have a
think this?
sheer section at the bottom of the hill. Nina actually skis with the kids. I hang out with the parents at the bottom of the hill, and the kids ski within feet of them. And there's happy tears, there's screaming, there's just a lot of woohoos. But we have cowbells out there, and it's just a whole to see the parents react to seeing their children doing something they never thought their kids could do is absolutely amazing. And it's just the friendships that the parents form is also transformative because they're with a community that understands their situation and understands their struggles, and they share resources, they share their struggles and actually help each other, and they become lifelong friends.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty powerful what can happen there when everyone's together
Yeah.
cheering on the children, and seeing them experience that for the first time. I can only imagine. And like this, as I said, it's kind of been a pretty powerful experience. How does this, change the children or the parents beyond this trip? What impacts are there? And they're back home in Florida. What's going on there?
So one of our kiddos' mom texted us the following day and said, "You have no idea how much this has impacted us. First of all, my daughter has kept asking where all her friends are and when she's going to see them again. And secondly, she's like, my daughter was not that adventurous. She wasn't a thrill seeker. And now she's like wondering where the next event, what else can she do? So just that getting that little fire inside of them of what else we can do is going to open up even more of a world for them.
I guess my last question is, what can people do to get involved, to support Wheelchairs for Kids, and to help make future trips like this happen?
We can always use help. Obviously, financial is a big thing. I do also want to thank some of the restaurants out in Breckenridge and some of the organizations that step up every year. If somebody wants to get involved financially, of course, they can donate funds towards the trip, but they can also do things like provide food while we're out there, or welcome bags with that they can put in the family's rooms, that type of thing. They can go to wheelchairs4kids.org, and there's a donate button right there, or they can email us and say they want to get involved and tell us what kind of skills or services they could provide, and we'll be glad to get in touch with them.
All right. Well, I love to hear that. Sounds like you had a great trip, and I hope to see you guys up here again for your 5th year. Thanks so much for joining me. You'll have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
you'll be able to come out and see us next year.
I hope so too. It is a
That
pleasure.
sounds great.